Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is where you're at. It's morning here. See, I haven't even had my coffee yet. I don't even know what time of day it is. Seems to be the theme lately of being walking in this really strange energy. So, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Mary Jo. Thank you for being here. If you're not new here, thanks for returning. We are going to take a look at the divine feminine energy today. We gave the divine masculine the stage the other day and really felt compelled to do a divine feminine. So I'm just looking back at my divine masculine message title. I'm working my way back to you, babe, is this song that came through from the Spinners. I had it wrong in the video. It is the Spinners. Preparing to come forward. They are. So let's see where the divine feminine is at and what major themes are going to be showing up right now. I don't know if this is going to be like a monthly thing, a monthly read, or a just for right now read. I am feeling the divine feminine has got a lot of I'm being shown somebody pulling up dandelions from the yard. If you live in an area where dandelions are predominant in your spring yard, you know what I mean. And I'm seeing them being pulled up by the roots. So she is really excavating some really deep-rooted, deep-seated anything, feelings, thoughts, programs. It feels very emotional for me personally, and how I'm experiencing this. We do have Venus retrograde right now, so it is perfect time for that, right? Mercury just went direct. Mercury and Venus have been traveling together for the last month and a half, which has been beautiful. There's been things that come up for sure. I'm sure you've got this going on as well, that you didn't know that it was there. These I don't want to say they're wounds, that they're just like these hurts that you thought you really looked at, but there's just this nugget that just comes right up, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't see that before, and I'm really not okay with it still being there. So let's do something about it, right? So let's just take a look. Venus does go direct on Saturday, the 12th of April, the same, just like minutes and hours away from the full moon in Libra, which Venus rules Libra. So yeah, big feminine energy here. So let's just take a look, and you can watch this as your own, counterpart. You can watch this as your own inner feminine energy, however it resonates for you. Let's see what themes. Yeah, Treasure Island. Slow and steady wins the race. She is just swimming in emotion, but in that emotion, she's finding all these parts of herself that were hidden from by whatever was there. Really, I'm really feeling diving deep into herself and finding aspects of herself that she wasn't aware of before, or she maybe thought was there, but it was just covered up with some really strong emotional ties, situations. Yeah, Spirit's really wanting me to not say the word wound, but if the word were wound, say that 10 times fast. If wound fits for you, then that's fine. Use it. But I feel like the wound is, for the most part, been healed. It's just like debris. I don't know. I don't know how I can express that any differently. But the divine feminine is certainly, I want to say also, swimming in a higher consciousness, which is, she may be noticing how that uh, brings in, opens her up to invite in abundance and prosperity. Let's see what other things are going on for the divine feminine. Oh gosh, wow. Do you see how that just, I don't know if you saw that, it just like suctioned right to my hand. Um, time to go. I am noticing, so we've got a 45 here, reduces to a 9, and Treasure Island is also a 9. So she's closing out some major cycles for herself, recognizing, really right where we're all at right now is recognizing what fits and what doesn't, really taking action this time to remove themselves from uh, anything that keeps them back from their highest timeline. I'm here, and I got one more in this deck. Which one's it going to be? Which one's it going to be? Let's try that again and see if they want to. There we go. Yeah, co-create. I love that. So she's definitely working with this energy and has been working with this energy. I do want to say that she's, listening to her higher self, listening to the inner emotions as well, really connecting in, and she's allowing that to propel her forward. And it's like, I'm kind of getting something like a siren call, like the mermaids, but for the highest and greatest good. It's a good thing. She's hearing this and feeling this pull, and she knows it's time to head in a new direction. Really tapping into her, I don't want to say new abilities. It's like the abilities have been given a boost. We certainly are traversing some very strong plasmic energies where the Schumann resonance isn't even picking them up, but your body will tell you you're definitely moving through something and into something different. All right, I wasn't going to take them, but they said stop. It's time to take action. We've got the new moon in Aries. We are in Aries season as I'm recording this, for sure. We get step out of your comfort zone with the North Node. There is, who is conjunct the North Node? Is that Saturn? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of cosmic couplings this month, especially, like every week there's like something going on. Sometimes we can have a month where there's like days before, a major transit, but this is like boom, 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 boom. I can't remember, and it doesn't matter, but this is where the divine feminine is gaining the courage to speak out, be seen, be heard, take action toward her own timeline. I'm getting an underlying message of this divine feminine has been, they're putting the focus on themselves. Aries energy, right? For sure. Not in a selfish way, but in a very self-loving, empowered way. I like seeing that. Because it's coming out in that way, I guess I could say this is a divine feminine who's had a really, I don't want to say a hard time, but for lack of a better phrase, this past few months, especially maybe years, have been really challenging for the divine feminine as she's found her footing in who she is, not just who she is in this dimension, but who she is multidimensionally, and who she is to the collective field, what role that she plays in the greater scheme of things. Let's get some more energies here. I did this for the Divine Masculine reading. If you have not watched that, this is kind of what I've been just guided to do, is just get a lot of the like oracle energies to give us a glimpse into, and we'll tap a little bit into the tarot too. But Isle of Avalon, it's very interesting. I was reading about something about Avalon last night. Healing, returning to wholeness, transformation. Yeah. Right now, Divine Feminine, you may find yourself just really exhausted as you integrate everything that's been going on. Returning back to the self. I love that. We have been through some very deep healings these last few years. We've had a time where the Divine Feminine rose, and then we had the Divine Masculine for a couple years, and now the Divine Feminine is coming back online. Not that she was ever offline, but we kind of take turns, and eventually it gets, look at that again. It just, I don't know if you're seeing that on camera, because I know you can't see further than what you see, but it just kind of like stuck right to my hand. Yeah. She's getting ready. All of this, Divine Feminine, you already know this. This has been in preparation for you to be a divine light for others. I wanted to look at so it's interesting. So this is a 4, 3 plus 1. So we've got 9, 9, and 4. So we got 4, 4 on the table. Divine Feminine, I do want to say, you already know this, but it needs repeating. You cannot shine your light unless you take care of yourself. I feel like many Divine Feminines are finding that they've got to just back away, and gosh, there's a lot that wants to come through, but I'm not going to take all of those. You just pulling your energy back, and filling your cup up first, because you are here to be a light, and even doing that is holding the light for others, so they know that it says to them, it's okay for you to do the same. It's okay for you to take a break. It's okay for you to say no. It's okay for you to pull your energy back. It's okay for you to go take a bath and just lock yourself in the bathroom. It's okay to take 5 minutes. That's all it takes. 5 minutes. Just sit in peace and quiet. If you walk in the door and all the kids are all over you, and everyone's like, what's for dinner? And where are my cleats, or whatever it is. If you feel just so ambushed as soon as you get home, or as soon as you wake up, it's okay for you to say, you know what? I need 5 minutes. Set a timer, especially if you've got little kids, they can, set a little timer they can watch, count down, so they can learn the importance of 5 minutes, and then go turn off your phone or walk away from your phone, go shut yourself in the bathroom or in your bedroom, and 5 minutes, because they're going to be knocking at the door, but you've got to hold up your boundary and say, time's not up yet. Somebody needs to hear that. Somebody really needs to hear that, because I feel like it's needing to be said, because some Divine Feminines are allowing people to walk all over their healthy boundaries that they've put up. What else? One more card, Spirit. Really going into a time of leadership. Everything you do, it's like you're being watched, by your friends, your co-workers, your spouse, your anybody. Even going to the store the other day, this lady was watching me, and all I'm doing is I'm walking from my vehicle and she was just like, not patting myself on the back, but this is how I took it and how what I heard the word, she is enraptured with you, Mary Jo. Just delight whatever I'm putting off out there, whatever I'm putting off out there. That woman whom I've never seen before, never met, she's going to be activated by that. So don't think that what you are doing and not doing are not being noticed, especially by the divine. One more thing, please. Thank you. Wisdom. I love that. So I've got the owl twice on the table here. It's in the co-create card as well. Divine wisdom, being open up. So yeah, like I was saying, your clairs are all being amplified, elevated. I love me a cappuccino. I really do. Don't laugh and try to drink at the same time, Mary Jo. Closing out a cycle. Starting a new one. Shining your light, stepping fully into your light body. Gaining more and more wisdom. We need this. We need this time of relaxation and self-care because there's a lot to integrate. We're stepping out of our comfort zone. If we're not doing it yet, we're about to. Because we're about to be seen. We're about to be heard. We're about to go after what we wanted for a really freaking long time. Because we've had to go through the years of the healing and everything. I'm not saying the healing's done. It's never fully done. But on what level, you know, we're not in the trenches doing that deep healing like we were, you know, just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Divine, wow, divine feminine, putting down the burden and getting the courage to take the next step. I do want to say that you might be a little timid taking that next step. Maybe kind of like, is all this stuff that I've been carrying and working through, is it gonna follow me? Is there more to it? And there could be, like I said, there could be some things that are just coming up out of the recesses that you're like, wow, I didn't even realize that was there. But I'm glad I can see it now. Seeing things at a whole new energy, a whole new frequency as well. King of Pentacles here. Wow. Got a lot of masculine energy on the table for the divine feminine. So the situation for the divine feminine is being seen. Being seen as stable, secure, confident, able to care for themselves, able to manifest for themselves. I feel as I really feel, and I want to say that the divine feminine is recognizing this within herself. It's taken some time. It's taken a long ass time is what I'm hearing. Just said just like that. A long ass time. It has. It's taken a really long time. And, you know, it's like Spirit saying, yes, I know you want to take these little baby steps, but Spirit's like, nope, this is a big guns. We need you to put yourself fully into this. Elevating. elevating our finances, elevating our sense of security, our sense of safety, knowing that we can trust ourselves, we can trust our senses, we can trust the divine, our guides, whoever we connect with. Opportunity here is to receive more, open the heart and receive more. Very interesting, all the masculine energy coming out for the divine feminine. That just makes me smile. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it does. It does. Oh my God, big old dick. Yeah. How we got here is, we ignored what was lying deep within ourselves. And that's okay. No judgment here. We've all done it, right? We've all kind of looked away from, at one point in time, we looked away from the healing. Didn't want to do it, kind of went kicking and screaming a little bit, maybe had some resistance. But now we're going to turn, we're going to accept that cup from ourselves, from our masculine selves. It's being offered. A part of me wants to say this is an opportunity to allow yourself to trust in love again. Trust that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of everything that you're seeing coming through. All of these divine blessings, these treasures that are coming through, finances, clients, new jobs, new homes, new whatever it is for you that's coming in abundance. And if it's not yet, you've been given a glimpse since 2023, apparently, that where you got a glimpse of the higher timeline, and then you were taken, back down to the current timeline, so you can clean up anything that stood in the way of you fully receiving that and fully knowing that you are worthy and worthy of all of that. Gosh, my Lord, I'm not even getting the questions in my mind out. Spirit is leading you toward stability, union, celebrating that within yourself. Really getting balance. That's Four of Wands there. Could be union for others. For some of you, we got a shit ton of divine masculine on the table, but now we've got the divine feminine energy coming in here. Balancing things out. Recent past, please. Yes. Divine feminine in the reverse. Queen of Cups reversed. Recent past was that we weren't softening enough. We weren't trusting ourselves, trusting our hearts, trusting our intuition. And now the divine masculine has come online with their higher selves and their clairs, and really tapping into, I do want to say that this is saying also to me that the divine masculine, which we've been talking about, knows the journey they're on now. They know that you're their person and they're your person. And they've had to work through opening the heart. So your own inner masculine, has been learning to accept the feminine side of themselves, of itself. Instead of having that clash of the titans internally, I've either got to be all this or I've got to be all that. This is finding a beautiful balance. Yeah, finding, I'm being shown a table that's not stable. It's wobbly. It's got 4 legs, but it's wobbly. So this is like shaving off one of the legs to, maybe it's a weak point in the leg, and fixing that and becoming really solid and stable now in the energies in your own self, your own feminine, divine masculine energies. I'm hearing the word integration with this Four of Wands. See energy coming in for the Divine Feminine. Death, an ending, transformation. Transformation. So all of this, you know, past energy of having the heart closed, you know, it's done. It's over with. So some of you may be having a human experience that really, it could be an ending. It could be someone transitioning, a literal, you know, physical death. I'm really struggling with that statement because I don't believe in death, but you know what I mean, being here in a human body. But it could be just a situation, an experience that really opens your heart. It allows the divine, the inner feminine, to weep and grieve the old aspect of themselves where they lived in the shadow of maybe the feminine or the masculine energy. So now that they can come out and shine and be the light for others. Whatever you're going through, and it's going to be different for each and every one of you, it is meant to be a beacon for others. How are you viewing yourself right now, Divine Feminine? What are you feeling? How do you see? Oh, I got to tell you, I saw the Tower, but it went back in. So what came out is the Page of Pentacles. I'm just at the beginning. We've got the Page, the Knight, and the King of Pentacles. This is how your energy came out as the Knight. Still got a lot to learn. Going slowly, taking my time, learning what I need to learn, doing what's right in front of me. The situation is this: you're being pushed to see yourself as more. But then look, this is how you're seeing yourself, as not enough, don't have a lot to offer to anyone. Are you still seeing yourself as a newbie? You know, like you're just beginning this journey. You've been on this journey for lifetimes, eons, Spirit is saying. None of this is new to you. I feel like this is more of a mindset. Okay? How do others view you, Divine Feminine? I typically don't ask this questions, but how do others view you right now? Justice. I'm hearing others see you as clearing the path. Others look up to you for guidance and advice. Others see you as very, I'm hearing the term all-knowing, very well put together, very in tune with your senses. She's blindfolded. She's got to use all her other senses in this situation, trusting herself. Notice how the change in my voice. I feel like this is very humbling for you to see, Divine Feminine. The others see you in this manner. It's a compliment. It is certainly a compliment. Others see you balanced within your own inner masculine and feminine energies. They already see you as this guide, this light, this beacon. Future energies, just maybe a glimpse. We all know that that can change in an instant. Yeah, walking a new path, really opening yourself up to the path that's being laid out before you, because you've laid it out. You and Source have laid it out. Really opening yourself up, being, you know, guided by the light of the moon here. We do have a full moon on the 12th of April. I almost said November. I don't know why. I'm gonna need to make a note of that. Full moon in November. What is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. You've done the healing. All these cups are full. They're upright. They're not knocked over. They're not chaotic. They are strategically placed along your path for a reason. And you've looked at every one of them. You faced your fears. You know, you stepped out of your comfort zone, and you're doing it again, because we continue to do it over and over again until there's no emotional, lower vibrational energies there, right? She's standing tall. She's not slumped over. She's ready to face what's ahead on her journey, and she may not see any of it. All she sees is the swath of light that the moon illuminates for her. So she's in full trust. Her heart is open. Whew. I mean, these energies are just moving through you. I do want to say, I don't feel there's any resistance anymore. There's just a learning how to integrate and balance as you allow the energies to move through you, as you allow your heart to open, as you allow your, you know, your inner masculine to take energy, to take action, you know, toward things that you want. What do you desire? What have you got your eye on? And moving toward that, you know, really working with the inner masculine energies. So I've got the masculine all right here in the center of the table. And then I've got all the way around it, they're feminines. A beautiful integration of energies, if you know, beautifully transformed, integrated. Spirit's advice, please. Go for it. Don't let anything stop you. Go for it. And the outcome. Look at you. Look how confident you are. Center of attention. And it doesn't go to your head. Your center of attention, and you're authentic, you're humbled, you're creative, really embracing all the aspects of who you are, internally, externally. I feel that your identity has certainly shifted. You may have dropped all identity. I am just who I am, and that is okay, you know. I am Mary Jo, just Mary Jo. I am just, fill in the blank with your name. And that is enough. Bashar says the mantra, say it 3 times in the morning and at night. I am who I am, and that is enough. I am who I am, and that is enough. I am who I am, and that is enough. You don't have to be showy, but you certainly don't have to hide your confidence either. Whereas in the past, a very confident, strong-willed, grounded woman was frowned upon, was persecuted for. We're transforming out of that time for sure, setting our sights on the future and moving forward, not backwards any longer. Closing message for the Divine Feminine. Well, all right, be gentle with yourself. Gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. Cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. There's that moon again. So really tap into this Libra full moon, Libra energy, this weekend. Definitely about balance, finding, equilibrium within so we can have it outside of ourselves and in the path that we walk. Really stepping into yourself here, being the beacon for others, Divine Feminine. But within doing that, please remember to just really honor yourself, take care of yourself, because these energies, they're big. They're the biggest and the strongest and most intense I have ever felt since I've awoken, and they're not even being registered. These are just some other energies for sure, that are bringing and pouring light and light codes and filling our light bodies up. It's a lot of it being done in the nighttime, so you may wake up purely exhausted. Welcome to my club, but I know what's going on, and I know, I get my best sleep. I wake up at 6. I lay there and I doze off again, and I get my best sleep within the next hour. I kind of give my body the time to recalibrate, and then I can get up and start moving. But if you're exhausted, give yourself that okay to set the timer for 5 minutes and just relax. Get out in nature, get by water, whatever you've got to do. Just nurture yourself, because you're moving into some pretty big, I wanted to say roles, I wanted to say shoes. I don't know whose shoes you're stepping into, your own, for the first time. And for those of you that were humbled by how others see you, this beautiful compliment, sit with that energy today. Really take it in. Allow your heart to take it in. All right? I'm going to take that advice myself, because I've been being told things like that, and there's aspects of myself that still don't. I wanted to say believe it, maybe believe it, but trusting it is another thing, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me, as always. If you're interested in your own private reading, the email is in the description box below. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Take care of you. Okay? See you next time.